Alright folks, welcome to another installment of Blue Label Wargaming, and today we're going to have a Bad Dad Batrep with some X-Wing action. Andy and I have been wanting to play for a while, and we just haven't had a chance to. So I pulled together a scenario for him. Here's the table we have set up. We're going to play over the ground, just like they did in Star Wars Battlefront in the latest movie, versus just in space. So Andy has a special mission that he has to do on orders of somebody senior in the Alliance High Command. So Andy, go ahead and read your orders.
Mission orders: top secret, Omicron, X-ray, foreign, priority immediate, to Commander Anderson Brown, Alliance Star Navy, from Admiral Akbar, senior naval officer, Alliance High Command. Subject: agent attraction from Tarkanen.
4.
Objective: you are to pilot Hawk 290 transport Guild's Courage to Tarkin 4 to fascinate escape of Alliance operative Rexa Dardo, who has succeeded in gaining a key to intelligence critical to the Alliance's war effort. Once you send signal of successful contact with Dardo, Alliance support squadron comprising with intertaimental A-Wing and 3 X-Wing starfighters will rendezvous on Tarkin 4 to escort you to Alliance-controlled space. Eileen Intelligence believes that the Empire suspects an Alliance operation on Tarkin 4 and may dispatch Imperial Navy starfighters support. Of note, Darth Vader has been reported in this sector, but Alliance intelligence is unable to confirm. Mission launch, 100 hours. Sunday, 24th January 2016. Good hunting, Commander. Signed by Admiral Akbar.
Alright. So, Commander Anderson's mission is to take this Hawk 290 here on the landing pad where he has successfully made contact with the Alliance spy and make his way down the table and off successfully. Currently, the only defenses in the area are 2 TIE fighters. So Commander Anderson has to decide whether he can take those 2 TIE fighters or if he has to call for support in the form of 3 X-Wings and 1 A-Wing. However, if he calls for support, his cover is blown and the local Imperial defenses will activate and target his ships in the form of a heavy turbo laser, and there's a good chance that the Imperial squadron, led by Darth Vader with 2 enemy Ace TIE interceptors, will come to assistance. So now Commander Anderson has a choice. Does he try to sneak out using guile and guise to get past the TIE fighters and hope they don't identify him? Or does he call for assistance early and have to face the wrath of the Sith Lord? Stay tuned to find out. Alright, Commander Anderson, what did you decide to do? Did you decide to call for your X-Wing and A-Wing support, or did you decide to try to sneak out with your Hawk?
I'm going to try to sneak out with my Hawk with a 4-4 attack. Or maybe just a sneak round.
Yeah, because remember, if you attack, then the jig is up. So, because he just attacked, I just moved my TIE fighters up. We're gonna play through a couple rounds because there's not gonna be much that's gonna happen unless he changes things. So he's got to get off this table edge, and that's escape. And the TIE fighters are on their way because they think something is up. So you can't go off the sides, just the ends. And if something's up, then this heavy turbo laser battery activates. So Commander Anderson has a choice to make. So we will see how the game progresses. Alright, a bit of a rough turn for Commander Anderson. He elected to call in his reinforcements and did a hard left to try to move toward them, I think, to get some assistance. unfortunately, he was in guns range of one of the ties, and it scored a hit, which took away his only shield. And then the turbo laser, with its 2 dice shot and long range, managed to hit twice. And unfortunately, Commander Anderson's roll was 2 misses. So he is down to half of his hull points. No shields. He gets to rebuild a shield every round, according to Dad's special rules. Because it's been souped up, because it's a Alliance operative. I'm sorry, a Rebellion operative ship. So we're going to see how this moves in, and see what Andy does with his crack squadron, including... who do you have? You have, I believe, Wedge Antilles. So your A-Wing is... Jemmer Sojan, Wedge Antilles, a Red Squadron leader, and Garvin Drees. So Andy's got a pretty tough set of pilots, but unfortunately, he is facing the Junior Dark Lord of the Sith himself, and then Tetran Cowell and Carnor Jack, some of the best Imperial pilots out there. So we're going to see how this goes. Stay tuned. How you feeling?
Horrible.
Horrible? Let's be optimistic, right? Mm-hmm. Is the Force with you?
Yes, but...
No, it's with me! Alright, end of the turn, and we've got a bit of a scrum happening over here. So Andy staggered his advance with Wedge Antilles, his A-Wing, the Red Squadron pilot X-Wing, and then another slightly upgraded X-Wing there. Sorry for the glare on the table. Staggering up. My TIE fighters kind of, one turned hard right, the other one did kind of a lazy forward, just to kind of keep an eye on the Hawk transport. That is our objective. And then the squadron of awesome Imperial pilots just moved up the most that they could. So in the shooting phase, I guess, the Dark Curse dropped the hammer on the A-Wing, taking off 2 shields. In response, everybody that could kind of shot at that guy because he was the only one in range and picked off a hull point. He was evading like a boss. And then the turbo laser, with its 2 shots, decided that the A-Wing was weak. And with 2 attack dice versus 3 defense dice, 1 got through. So Andy's A-Wing is down to 1 hull point, and it cannot rebuild its shield. So the battle is joined. Andy's Hawk, he's going to have to do something here because it cannot go off the side of the board. It has to go, oops, sorry about that. It has to go off the end of the board. So he's got a ways to go. And he's got some pretty awesome pilots to get through. So let's see if Wedge Antilles and the crew can plow the road for him. We will see you in the next turn. Alright, we've had some developments in the battle.
Sadly, we lost our A-Wing.
The A-Wing is in the graveyard. Dun dun dun. Or just return to the pad for repairs. So what happened is everybody moved up, and Andy... these guys stayed in squadron formation. For some reason, the A-Wing turned toward both TIE Interceptors and the TIE Advanced, which I don't know if that was the best move. But he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. So it got hammered by 2 TIE Interceptors and a TIE Advanced, and didn't make it. The Wedge Antilles took some damage too. He lost... No, I take it back. The TIE Advance and one of the TIE Interceptors hit Wedge Antilles there because he is their best pilot and peeled both shields off of Wedge. In response, the Alliance Squadron put 1 damage on Mauler Mythal there, and the other TIE Interceptor took out the A-Wing. So the Hawk is going to have to make a hard right here pretty soon and start heading off the board. But first blood goes to the Imperials. We'll see what happens next. Alright, so Commander Anderson picked some unusual moves. And let's talk about how this ended up. Andy, why don't you explain to us why you did what you did?
I'm trusting my instincts.
You're trusting your instincts. Well, let's let the YouTubers take a look at this. Because we all have to learn from maybe not making always the best decisions. But we'll see how the game turns out. Maybe I'm missing something. So Andy turned the remainder of his squadron to hard left. So they are all pointing this way. Meanwhile, the Imperials all kind of generally move forward, and he turned his Hawk 290 to the left, back toward the base. So as I point out to Andy, all of his guys are pointed away from where, and they're flying away from the guy he has to defend. Meanwhile, all the Imperials are slowly making their way toward Commander Anderson's ship. So we'll see how this plays out and see if the instincts pay off. But I suspect this may not be a good thing. But we always learn from games like this, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the most important thing, and to have fun. So guess what I'm going to have fun doing?
Blowing me up?
Yep.
Or maybe not blowing me up?
We'll see.
Or sending a mystery?
Okay, we'll see you at the end of next turn. Alright, folks. Well, the battle's over. The chair of shame. Oh, Andy did a good job, but Andy, what did you learn this game? We always learn something. What did you learn?
That think it through more?
Right. That's a great thing. So it's a great thing to remember. So Andy had his X-wings do kind of a gentle turn, and unfortunately one, I said the only thing that if you flew into it, you'd automatically die was this big giant building. And Andy accidentally flew with one of his X-wings into it. Everything else is open. But he did a gentle left turn. Unfortunately, the Imperials kind of all moved up and kind of ganged up on his Hawk transport. And the Hawk transport, unfortunately, didn't have a lot of maneuver room because it's right up against the edge of the table. So, unfortunately, it was an Imperial victory. But I think we all learned that we have to take full advantage of the movement dials, right? And one of the things that Andy said was, it was hard for you to imagine what I was going to do because I had so many options, right?
Alright.
So it's all about remembering what your opponent has to do. Like, you knew what my mission goals were, right?
Yeah, but I didn't think it through.
Right, but what was my mission goal?
Your mission goal was to explode, was to destroy, or...
Destroy the what?
My Hawk,
Your Hawk transport, your Hawk 290, right?
Yeah.
So, in the future, if that's your mission again, what do you think you'll do?
I would protect it more, and I would think it through.
Yeah, but it's also, like, we gotta focus on the really bad guys, right?
Right.
Like the super tough guys. So, like, letting the Anti-Interceptors and Darth Vader get by, we probably should think about going after those guys first, right? That's why I targeted Wedge Antilles, because he's your best pilot.
But I already blew up myself.
No, I blew up Wedge Antilles. You flew another one of your good pilots into the building accidentally. So, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Good. That's the most important thing. So, unfortunately, we're going to say that Commander Anderson was able to survive the crash and come back for another day. But we'll see if Admiral Akbar will have him flying garbage around somewhere rather than being a frontline commander. What do you think?
I think he'd demote me and maybe just kill me.
I think Admiral Akbar would kill you?
Well, he might just put me in an A-wing and fly me.
Maybe next time we'll start with an A-wing. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, thank you very much for playing. We knew the Empire was going to win because we're the Empire. But I think next time they'll come back. So, this has been a Bad Dad Batrep from Blue Label Wargaming, and we will see you soon. What do you say to all the people at home?
Never give up without a fight.
Yeah?
And never, ever, ever follow your instincts when you know you are doing the wrong thing.
That's good. Alright. Thanks, Andy, for playing. I had fun. And so, everybody at home, we will talk to you soon. Bye. Say bye.